see how I'm out in these streets looking crazy for y'all? Y'all need to appreciate this. I'm out here in these streets picking up shedded hair off the ground so I can save it in baggies for y'all. Here, like, sacrificing my dignity because I feel like it's important.
Guys, Jennifer here again, and I'm back to talk to you guys about shedded hair versus breakage. Now, a lot of times people tend to use those two terms interchangeably, and they are not the same. And I wanted to do this video in particular because monitoring how much my hair sheds and how much breaks off is one of the primary things in my regimen that I do to monitor the health of my hair. So we're going to look at shedded hair versus breakage. What's the difference between the two? When is it good? When is it bad? What is shedded hair? Hair sheds, or hair strands shed when they come to the end of their life cycle and then they gradually fall out. Now, every single strand on your hair has a set hair cycle before it even begins to come out of your scalp. Okay, so each strand is going to grow to a certain extent, and then it's going to reach a certain point, and then your body is going to be done with it, and then your body is going to naturally release that strand of hair from your head, and we call that shedding. Now, shedding is natural, okay? Totally natural. It's totally okay. How do you know when it's shedded hair? Shedded hair will be the longer hairs, okay? So, for example, my hair is about this long. Okay, these strands are about this long. When it goes to shed, the shedded hair will come straight out of the scalp, and it's going to have a little, usually it's going to have a little white bulb at the end. Unless you accidentally pull that off, you should be able to see a little white bulb at the end showing where it came directly out of your scalp. Now, if your hair is shedding excessively, okay, if it's like coming out in clumps, in droves, then that's a problem. Then you might need to go to the doctor and get that looked at. That would be indicative of some sort of health issue. Some shedded hair throughout the course of the week is totally natural, not anything to freak out about. Whereas on the other hand, all right, breakage looks like shorter pieces of hair. All right, so let's say the longest parts of my hair are about, you know, this long. Breakage would look like shorter pieces of this. That would be breakage. Okay, so the shorter pieces for me would be breakage. So, and then breakage tells me that there's something wrong with my hair. So breakage is like an SOS. You want to look at breakage as if your hair is telling you, hey, I need help. Something's wrong. Okay, shedding occurs as a result of something wrong that you are doing to your hair. It's your hair's way of telling you, hey, I need help. SOS. All right, so breakage might occur as a result of your hair being too dry. That's the most common. Okay, the most common is your hair being too dry and brittle, and so therefore it breaks off. And so then, you know, you need moisture. On the other hand, your hair could also break if it's too moisturized, okay? Which would mean that you probably need some sort of protein treatment. For example, with myself, what I do is, what I did was gross alert, here we go. All right, for the past 2 weeks, I've been wanting to do this video for a while because I feel like a lot of people don't really look at how much hair is breaking off or shedding over. But me, I am slightly obsessed with how much is shedding and how much is breaking. In the course of the past 2 weeks, I saved my shedded hair and breakage just so that you guys can see, for me, on average, how much hair sheds / breaks throughout the course of a week. Now, week 1, this is my week 1. I'm sure you guys can't see that. I'll have to do a close-up at some point. But this is my week 1, and it's not too bad. Yeah, it's not too bad. And my week 2 right here, a little bit more happened week 2. I had a little bit more dryness week 2, so a little bit more shed. for these past 2 weeks, it hasn't been that bad. And because this is the first time that I've worn my hair out consistently over a long period of time, I actually expected it to be a lot more than it is. So this is actually a present. It's not a present. It's not a present. Oh my God. This is actually a pleasant surprise. Okay, so this is a pleasant surprise that not more broke off. Shedded hair is going to be hair that comes out, and it's about it is the length of the longest part of your hair. Okay, that would be shedded hair, and it has a bulb. Usually it has a bulb at the end, you know, unless you accidentally wiped it off. So for me, monitoring how much of my hair sheds and how much of it breaks off lets me know immediately what needs to happen to my hair. Okay, so for me, if my hair is soft, if it feels soft and it feels moisturized, but it's still breaking off, that lets me know I need a protein treatment. Okay, I either need to wet it and leave some protein on it for a while, or I need to get a product and spray some of it in my hair, get it a little dab of coconut oil, run it through my hair. But if it's soft but breaking, that tells me I need to add in some sort of protein immediately. On the other hand, dryness, we know that immediately. You can kind of feel your hair and know that, okay, it's dry, I need moisture. So shedded hair that is not overly shedding, if that makes sense. Shedded hair that is not overly shedded hair that's not coming out in droves and packs is okay. Okay, that's perfectly natural. Nothing for you to freak out about. That's gonna happen. Every strand has a life cycle. On every strand on your head, probably on your entire body. I don't know, go look that up. I didn't, but I know every strand on your head has a life cycle, and it's going to grow to a certain point, and then your body is going to say, oh, don't want it anymore, time to release it and let it go. And that is your shedded hair, and it's not anything for you to freak out about. Now, if you're standing in the mirror and you're like pulling your hair and it's just coming right out, you know, like in droves, and you're barely pulling and it's shedding, or you got a pile of shedded hair there, then that's indicative of a health issue, and you need to seek medical attention and get that taken care of. Okay, because that is not natural. And I'll just look real crazy in the gym. I've been accumulating, I have been saving these shedded hairs to show you guys over the course of the past 2 weeks. And I've been looking like a crazy person in the gym because I've been like doing my hair in the back, preparing it to work out. And like every time like a piece of shedded hair would come out or break off, I'm like looking for a place to store it. And people are looking at me like I'm crazy because they're like, what is this girl doing? I'm like taking the hair and trying to stuff it into the pocket of my workout clothes so I can save it and show you guys. And so after a couple times of doing that, I had to stop because it was getting kind of weird. It's somewhat embarrassing because I know people were like, what in the world is she doing? Why is she picking her hair up off the floor and trying to put it in her pocket? So yeah, after a couple of days of that got a little weird. So I had to, said that people wouldn't judge me, I had to go and put it in the trash can or try to put it in a piece of paper towel inconspicuously so people wouldn't judge, because it's hard to explain what you're doing. Like, you don't want to have to turn around and explain to people, hey, I'm making a video so I can show people the difference between, like, I think if I would have done that, it would have sounded even more weird. So now, as you guys can see, Georgia was extremely the humidity was really bad in Georgia today. So my hair did I had to wear it out today, so it did like fro all the way out, and I have given in. Like all day long I've been pulling, and I shouldn't have been doing that. I'm like pulling, trying to keep it stretched out because I'm gonna be up all night. This is nothing compared to the amount of hair that used to break off for me when I first went natural. When I first went natural, like over a year, like no, not when I first started wearing my hair out. when I first started, I've been natural, you know, since about 2013. Yeah, 2013. But I just started wearing my hair out and manipulating it over a year ago. Like when I first started manipulating my hair over a year ago, like I didn't know what was going on. Like my hair was breaking off all over the place. That's partially the reason why I was running back to weave. Like as soon as it got overwhelming, I'm like, why is all this hair breaking off? Like I knew it was a problem. Like if I got this much hair breaking off over the sink, time for me to get a weave. I don't know what's going on. I don't know how to fix it. But let me just wash my hair, do a deep condition, put some weave in it, move on with my life. Like, so for now, for me to be, you know, doing a fair amount of manipulation on my hair over the course of a week and only this much coming out, and most of it is just regular shedding of hair and not breakage, like that is, y'all, I came a long way. This is my testimony. I came a long way. Y'all don't know. I came a long way. So just saying, y'all out there who started this journey, do not give up. Like I used to, back when I first started manipulating my hair on my own and trying to figure it out, I used to have like crazy breakage all over this thing. I didn't know what was going on. So stick with it, y'all. Stick with it. Like that's why I'm here. I'm here to tell y'all, like, came from a very dark place. Now I've seen the light. I'm here. I haven't made it yet, but you know, I see the light, because there was no light about a year and a half ago. I didn't know what was going on. Alright, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time on What Lies Beneath the Weave.